Hi, welcome to the Online Jewelry Academy. I'm John R.
And I'm Don Hunt.
And we are the co-founders of the Online Jewelry Academy. Today is June 7th, 2020, and yes, the COVID-19 problem is still a big problem. While we aren't wearing face masks or social distancing, it's okay, you don't need to scold us in the chat. We have been quarantining. Although we don't live together, we have been keeping safe and we are continuing to work together to provide you with videos. This is our third live stream and we want to do more in the future. And we'd like to hear from you, our subscribers, about how we utilize this platform. So today's conversation is going to be about diamonds, but you're more than welcome to put into the chat what other topics you would like to talk about in the future. We've pre-selected a few to keep things rolling. And we will stick with those and as we mine through all of the suggestions. Now, the first thing that I would like to address is that I have some doppelgangers. It's been brought to my attention that there are several men on this planet walking around who look a lot like me. And they are Eric Church, Charlie Sheen, Paul Wiley of the 1992 Winter Olympic Games, race car driver Jeff Gordon, and Ewan McGregor. So anyway, when I was putting together these photos, Don, I came across three that I thought were very similar to you as well.
Really? Okay. Where would I find those three?
Well, we have them online now if you want to just bring up photo number one.
Okay, let me look. I got photo number one up here. Oh, okay, yeah, I see the resemblance. We're both mad.
A very angry David Letterman,
Okay.
or grumpy David Letterman.
Yeah, okay.
And if you go to photo two, the bearded lady of the circus.
Okay, I see a resemblance maybe in the hair. Okay.
And then finally, we have Ramses II.
Okay, that to many people that might look like Ramses II. I have to admit that is a picture of me, and I was hoping it wouldn't get out the prison sentence and everything.
Your mugshot.
Exactly, but well, thank you for, I guess, for looking those pictures up, John. That was different.
So, like I said, today we want to talk about diamonds, and before we start the conversation, we'd like to give you a very brief and somewhat sketchy history of the diamond industry. So, diamonds were first discovered in India in the 4th century BC. They were traded along the Silk Road between India and China, and initially they were prized for their strength, brilliance, and ability to engrave metal. Initially, people didn't understand the geological processes that produce diamonds. They thought that they were a tangible form of lightning, so people began to wear them as talismans with the belief that they would gain strength or cures from the stones. The rarity and lore associated with diamonds made them desirable to kings and queens. In fact, the first appearance of a diamond in a piece of jewelry was in the 11th century. A roughly polished diamond was placed in the Hungarian queen's crown. Diamond shaping didn't take off till the 14th century, and these early stones were still just merely polished to some degree to reveal a bit more brilliance. It took 100 years before diamonds were cut with facets. The very first round, brilliant diamond that was created was made in 1919 by Marcel Tolkowski, and the shape of the cut uses exact mathematical proportions to create a maximum brilliance and light dispersion. Today's consumers can choose from a wide variety of sizes and shapes. The chief criteria for selecting the perfect diamond for you is the 4 C's: color, cut, clarity, and carat. While diamonds are common, there are a number of colors available that you don't often see. They include blue, yellow, green, pink, and red. Diamonds are a wonder of nature, but the cost of diamonds is controlled by the diamond industry. So that leads us to our first question, and that is, are diamonds valuable, really? Personally, I think that diamonds are very, very much integrated into the wedding industry or bridal industry. And brides, I think, expect a diamond. So They're probably here to stay for quite some time. What do you think, Don?
Actually, I think that diamonds are probably a cultural phenomenon that are here to stay for a while. But we've had some people, we have Ricky Baker, diamonds are artificially inflated and overrated. I've watched a lot of documentaries on diamonds, and it does seem like they are they were created by De Beers as a commodity, which is kind of interesting. It's also interesting that they've really only been the wedding ring for about the last 100 years, actually a little less than 100 years. De Beers came in, decided that they were going to get a monopoly on diamonds, and marketed the hell out of them. I also read something about how De Beers tried a couple of years, not a couple, like 20 years ago. To me, that's a couple of years ago.
Time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun. De Beers apparently tried to come up with a new promotion in which they were trying to promote women to buy their husbands' diamonds to show the equality that now women should buy their men diamonds, and that didn't work out for them. And then they tried something after that as a marketing scheme in which they offered to, or they tried to promote the notion that a woman now should wear two diamonds. She should wear the diamond on her left hand that her husband gave her. She should wear the diamond on her right hand that she bought for herself.
Okay.
That one didn't work any better.
Trying to sell lots of diamonds.
Trying to sell lots of diamonds. But what do you guys have to say? It says, hi, diamonds are the strongest materials in the world, scratch-free. That's true, but they're not that rare. Even the good ones aren't that rare. They've been hoarded by companies, De Beers, and actually there's 4 main companies now that are holding the diamond prices where they are. And there's artificial diamonds that can be made in a lab. As a matter of fact, you want to talk about that,
let's
John?
talk about that for a second. So the big question that we get sometimes from viewers off of the website or the other ways that you can contact the Online Jewelry Academy is they want to know, are lab-grown diamonds real diamonds? And the answer is yes, they're actually real diamonds. And to some degree, they're probably a purer material than a naturally formed diamond because they are completely made from carbon. And they are virtually undetectable as being lab grown. But that doesn't diminish from the fact that they do have resale value. They perform exactly the same way. Probably the best thing that they have going for them, though, is that they are less damaging to the environment. So they are a sustainable material for jewelry, and they are very much lower in price than a natural diamond, which probably puts diamond bridal jewelry within the realm of people with smaller incomes. So I find the lab-grown diamonds to be actually quite interesting, and I think one of the interesting facts about them is the fact that a lab-grown diamond of a ½ carat or more is usually certified by a lab like GIA, the Gemological Institute of America in Carlsbad, California. So they are an accepted part of the jewelry industry. Some people like them, some people don't, and I'm sure that consumers have, lots of opinions about them.
Our commenters are saying, hi, diamonds are the strongest materials on earth.
You can damage a diamond. I mean, people don't realize that. They aren't impervious to everything. I mean, you can actually burn up a diamond if you wanted to. But who'd want to do that?
There are YouTube videos of people who apparently chose to burn up their diamonds.
Yeah.
Now, they did not buy gem quality diamonds to burn up. They bought industrial quality diamonds, which are a lot less expensive, but apparently still not cheap.
People always ask me, are diamonds a good investment? And I would say, they are an investment you can make. There are investment quality diamonds, but if you're buying a internally or completely flawless diamond that's, say, over 5 carats, you shouldn't wear it. You should probably lock it up in a safety deposit box because, besides the fact that you could chip it, you could leave it on the edge of the sink in the restaurant bathroom or something like that as well. So there are probably better things that you could invest in.
And will they be cheaper in the future, John?
You know, that's yet to be seen. I don't know what's going to happen because it really depends on the conglomerates that control diamonds and the availability of them. And this is just an aside, but something that the diamond industry did a few years ago that I thought was really mind-blowing was that they wanted to get rid of a lot of smaller diamonds. So the site holders who are able to purchase the diamonds, they were given parcels that contained a lot more smaller diamonds than they were used to getting. And as a result, it affected the jewelry industry. And what you saw as an outcome were petite pieces of jewelry that featured really small melee diamonds. And we're talking like a millimeter or maybe even less. And you saw a lot of micro pave coming into the jewelry industry as well. So, and if you guys don't know, micro pave is incredibly difficult to do. You're probably paying more for the stone setting process than you are for the little diamonds that are in the piece, because it has to be done under high magnification by somebody who's incredibly well trained. So.
Okay. Ricky Baker says, I substitute white topaz for diamonds. I let people know up front, of course.
Yeah.
Another one I use is white sapphire.
Sure.
But, there's also CZs that are grown, and on the hardness chart, CZs are quite hard, aren't they, John?
Yeah, they are. The thing about cubic zirconia is the big difference between a cubic zirconia and a diamond is that the cubic zirconia, well, obviously, number one, the price difference is the main difference between them. But when you look at them or they're examined under a loupe, a really easy way to tell right away if you might have a cubic zirconia instead of a real diamond is a cubic zirconia is more prone to attracting grease and grime to it. So the stone will just naturally be a little bit dirtier, which I think is kind of an interesting fact. Did you know that pink diamonds are the rarest of all diamonds? I thought that was interesting. And I've got a little rundown on some of the prices. Let's see here. The Hope Diamond, which we all know, which is in the Smithsonian Museum, it has an estimated value in today's market of about $200 to $250 million. I thought it would be more, but guess not. And the largest diamond ever found, the Cullinan, which was cut up, and the resulting diamonds are in the crown jewels and the property of the Queen of England. The largest diamond ever found in today's market would be valued at over $2 billion. And the existing largest gem quality cut diamond is the Cullinan 1, which is the largest diamond that emerged from that rough diamond, and it weighs 530 carats. So we're talking a big diamond that's in the scepter of the crown jewels. So,
well, one of the things that may have brought the value of the Hope Diamond down, John, is the fact that it fluoresces.
Yeah, the Hope Diamond has a very checkered history, but what's interesting about it in terms of being subjected to UV light is that it glows like a glowing piece of charcoal or a glowing ember. It glows bright red. And in the photo that Don's putting up, you can see that in the setting that was prepared to hold it, which was made by Harry Winston, a couple of the diamonds in that setting or that mounting actually fluoresce blue. And the question that comes up quite a bit is, are diamonds that fluoresce less valuable? And the answer is not really, unless you don't like them. And what's interesting is that a lot of companies will actually test diamonds to see if they fluoresce or not, and they will reject them because they know that a lot of consumers think that they're not as valuable. Some people want it. Some people want to give them a lower value, but virtually there's nothing wrong with them. They just fluoresce. I mean, personally, I think that there's probably a market for that too. We just need a good advertising company to tell us that it's cool to wear our diamond jewelry in clubs under ultraviolet light because it'll just glow.
Right.
No need for glow sticks anymore. Just wear diamonds.
Exactly.
It's the new thing at Burning Man. I don't know, or Coachella.
So we have a message from Ann Polton. She said, I've just finished a course run by GIA,
Yeah.
Essential Course, Jewelry Essentials, Colored Stones Essential, Diamond Essentials. Passing all of those entitles you to a diploma, Applied Jewelry Professional.
Okay.
And she also wrote, I passed my GIA Essentials courses on Tuesday.
Congratulations.
I'm now an applied jewelry professional. My diploma is on its way. John actually did visit the GIA headquarters down here.
Now, I went down to GIA from one of their open houses, and you could sign up and go and visit the campus in Carlsbad, California. And it's gorgeous. It sits right above the beach and has a beautiful view, and the campus is very modern and very high tech. And I have to say, the people who run GIA are very friendly and more than willing to tell you what they can about, you know, attending GIA and what it does for the world jewelry community. The grading lab is on the campus, and of course it's under tight security. But you can visit other parts of the campus and you can see the classrooms, and they have an amazing museum there. And at the time that I was there, they featured an exhibition of jewelry from India, from the Indian emperors. And we're talking priceless objects that are just incredible. And if you're in the Carlsbad area, I would highly recommend that you try to stop by and see the museum if you can, because the specimens are fantastic. But you're right, you can take a remote course from GIA and get certified, or you could take courses at GIA on campus to earn a graduate gemologist degree, or a GG. And people often ask me, what does that do for you? Well, it makes you somebody who has some letters behind your name that will make people believe you when you say what you think you know about these diamonds. And so I would highly recommend it. If you want a career in selling very high-priced diamond jewelry, having a GG from GIA is probably the way to go. I know for a fact from friends who've worked for De Beers and Harry Winston that they won't hire salespeople unless they are graduate gemologists. So something to just tuck away in your knowledge bank there.
Okay, and I have a question I'm going to answer because I know the answer to this.
Okay.
And that's the only reason. Otherwise, I'd shift it right over to you, John.
Sure.
Akbar Madani asks, how do you differentiate between a diamond and a crystal? A diamond is a crystal.
Yeah, isn't.
It's a carbon crystal. It's a pure carbon crystal. So it's not really a differentiation here. They are the same thing. They're just made of different materials. What about moissanite?
Moissanite.
Moissanite.
Moissanite is a really nice alternative to diamond. It does have a lot of the same characteristics as a diamond, but you know, there's no replacing a diamond in terms of the light dispersion and refraction. And while there are other stones that are just as brilliant, some that are even more rare. There's one found here in California called bonitoite, and it's considered just as brilliant as a diamond. And like I said, it's actually probably more rare. Well, it is more rare than a diamond, but they don't come in the size that most brides would want in a ring, and most people don't know what they are to look at them. So, I mean, let's put it this way. People want what they know, and they've been trained to know about diamonds, and they've been marketed to, and so they want diamonds. And the interesting thing too is that the name diamond actually refers back to the ancient words used to describe diamond, which was that it was indestructible. And that's why marketers latched on to diamonds, because the indestructibility was something that you want your love to be, indestructible and eternal.
So I guess that's why you get back the diamond when the relationship ends. It turned out it wasn't indestructible.
I've never given back a diamond.
Oh, okay.
You never received one as a gift either.
But well, hopefully someday. Gustavo Molina asks, an interesting question that I would have not a clue about.
Okay.
Hi, good morning. I have a Chinese tester for diamond.
Oh.
Can you trust it, this tester, or not?
Yeah, well, I would say this about diamond testers, and that is anything that you acquire, you probably need, if you're curious and you're not completely convinced that it actually works, then I would say you probably need to test it. And I would say you could probably take your tester to a reputable jewelry store. I was going to say salesperson, but somebody who actually knows how to test a diamond with a verified testing piece of equipment. And you could just challenge your tester against theirs to see if it actually works or not. I would say, though, that most of the diamond testers that are out there are accurate. They actually do work. They basically just work by running an electrical charge through the stone. And a diamond, I believe, will conduct the electricity, whereas another stone may not.
Okay. I like the alternative of white topaz. Diamonds have an awful association with human rights abuses,
Yeah.
and that takes the shine away from me.
I'm going to advocate for other colored stones. Sapphires, or any type of corundum that includes ruby or any color of sapphire, they are virtually as hard as a diamond, not quite, but almost. And really, the reason why most jewelers put diamonds into wedding jewelry is because that's a ring that the bride is going to wear probably every day of her life for the rest of her life, and you don't want it to get damaged or broken. Well, if you remember, Princess Diana received from Prince Charles a sapphire engagement ring, and that big blue sapphire, Kate Middleton is wearing it now, and so it's a durable stone. So I would say, ladies, if you like colored stones, why not go for a colored stone in your wedding ring? I mean, it's really all about you and what you like and what you find meaning in. And if you want something that's your favorite color, I say go for it.
Yeah, remember, De Beers made this all up. They convinced everybody that diamonds were the indestructible symbol of love.
That reminds me of many things in life.
Right.
Somebody made it up.
Somebody
Okay.
made it up.
And we believe it.
Did you know only a diamond can cut a diamond? It's called brooding.
Yep.
And
Yeah, that you have to use diamond powder to polish the facets of a diamond. It's a curious fact, and thank God somebody figured that out, because we now have beautiful faceted stones.
Elise Becker asks, or states, and then asks, are diamonds still found near volcanoes or other places? And have you ever wanted to find one yourself?
Yeah, living in the United States, the only place that we can go to find diamonds is a national park in Arkansas. And I believe the largest diamond found there to date is about a little over 2 carats. And, I've seen pictures of the place. It looks like a very muddy dirt field, but hey, I'm into it. I would go. I think it'd be fun, and maybe you might find a diamond. Where they're found, I think, we all know that they have been found in India, South Africa, Canada, Russia, and yeah, they are something that is produced from volcanic activity. And the kimberlite pipes that they're found in are very rare, but literally, it's like they have vaults of diamonds in the diamond districts around the world that probably, if we poured them out into the streets, we could drive on top of them and there'd be enough. So, like gravel.
Now, Diane Gary,
Yeah.
who we've has commented on quite a few of our videos, has an interesting comment that relates to me.
Oh.
I say, yeah, I agree. Royalty does not have to do dishes. I'll stick to my diamonds.
Okay. The Queen does not do dishes. I I agree with that too.
I agree too. Okay, diamonds come in colors as well. Yes, they do. I've been using lab-grown diamonds in my work. Can you talk a little bit about them?
As I've been working in the trade, I've noticed that there's a bit of a split opinion about whether or not you can actually detect a lab-grown diamond or not. And there are pieces of equipment that are used in some workshops to basically process the loose stones that they receive before they're set to try to find, number one, diamonds that fluoresce, and number two, to see if they can sort out lab-grown diamonds. But my understanding is that they're virtually undetectable. So I don't know if that equipment is really working or not. And I will say this much. There are lots of ways of producing a lab-grown diamond. There have been big advances in that technology within the last few years, in fact, but people have been trying to synthetically produce diamonds for years. And if you visit the GIA campus, they can fully inform you about that.
It's my understanding that even the artificial diamonds, although a lot less expensive, are still controlled by the big companies.
And they're pricey. I mean, you're going to still spend thousands of dollars for it. I think an interesting question that I'm asked from time to time by people is whether or not men should have diamonds in men's jewelry. And I would say to them, have you watched any videos lately on any outlet that features music videos? Because let's face it, diamonds are used to ice everything. And personally, I think it's great. I mean, why not? I mean, we live in a day and age when everyone should have the right to do whatever, they think is cool. And, if you're not hurting anybody, and you certainly aren't hurting anybody, if you're wearing your lab-grown diamond encrusted piece of jewelry, go for it.
C-Mac says, I don't think they should be allowed to call artificial stones diamonds. Well, that's interesting.
I've read a little bit about that, and let's put it this way. A reputable jewelry company will tell you that if they have lab-grown diamonds in the jewelry that they're selling you, they do need to disclose that. But, I'm sure that there are plenty of people out there wearing lab-grown diamonds who have no idea that the diamond is not one that came out of the earth. Personally, I would say I don't think it really matters. I mean, they're the exact same material, and either way, it's a process. Both types of stones require processes that require a lot of machinery and a lot of people working for hours to get them. So they're both valuable.
Or a lot of nature over millions of years and pressure. So.
Yeah. Well, they both still require heat and pressure.
They do.
And lots of people to find them.
Ann Polton said the difference is in the treatment because the HPHT diamond has been treated by extreme heat and pressure.
Okay.
Its color has been enhanced and improved.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for enlightening us.
At any rate, I wanted to mention that we have been considering having a couple, well, not a couple, but maybe some more regular live streams with topics like this one. It will probably be a few weeks from now before we do that again. We are going to be releasing some new videos also. We've been working with Durston Tools on a number of their products, or reviewing a number of their products, and we've got some videos to release there. We've got some new project videos. So we've been working on things during this time of quarantine, and we'll be coming out with some new things soon. The next one of these that we're going to do, the next live stream we're going to do, is going to be on a different topic.
Yeah, we're going to basically do a conversation about 2020 jewelry trends. And I personally am looking forward to this. I personally think that some of the things that we're seeing during the fashion shows or presentations for the jewelry market for 2020 are beautiful. And I'm really excited to see that we're getting a lot of crossover between men's and women's fashions, and there's a lot of color and just a lot of excitement that you can see that's percolating in the market. And while we're going to talk a lot about fashion jewelry during that conversation, I do want to mention during this conversation that there has been something that has developed in the last few years in the jewelry market, and that's the use of diamonds in what's being termed fine fashion. And fine fashion, again, another interesting marketing ploy, is where fashionable styles are reproduced in precious metals and using gemstones. But they can also cross over a little bit by using things like diamonds along with non-precious materials. So you might actually see, say, a plastic or acrylic bracelet that's set with diamonds, or a rubber ring that has a diamond in it. And I find that fascinating, that there's this idea that people want a little bit more value in their fashion jewelry too. So that, I'm sure that'll come up in our discussion about fashion trends for sure.
Thank you all for showing up this morning, and we are going to end the live stream here. Thank you.